early 70s and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or that, there's no way of testing that, knowing that for sure.
Yeah.
All you do is take and go from what you got and take it from there and just move forward with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you say you felt like Mr. Bulldog was one of the Red Boy's best offspring, in your opinion?
To my opinion, he was. I, you know, I seen him down, take some hellacious and beatings and stuff, even at his older age and all there, and schooling young ones with him. I mean, hell, he that son of a bitch was a one hell of a bulldog. I
Mm.
mean, you couldn't ask for no better damn dog.
Damn. Yeah. Now, let me see here, man. I got a few questions to ask you. And big
And
salute and big shout out to all the brothers down in the chat. Oh, go ahead. My fault. I mean to cut you off.
I tell you something else and all there, Melvin, Janie, you know what I'm saying? See, Melvin didn't really go out and breed out and stuff like that. And man, the dogs that he had, I mean, was really damn, and it's a shame that he did what he did with them. But, because, they say, like JR, that was the Red Boy Jocko cross and stuff there. And they said, JR was way on better dog than Yeller ever was.
Mm.
Yeah, and stuff, but he just didn't get bred out much. Now, and I had a male off of Glenn and Durant's cotton dog which was out of Chinaman that I had went into Truett with, and anyways, hell, it went 2 hours, and I tell you, I mean, and the one he had, that's what he was out of was JR, and I mean, he was a bona fide bulldog. I mean, and like I said, Melvin seemed like he could have let somebody get some of them dogs, but that's just the way he was, and he wouldn't do it. He put them all down, put them in a damn hole, done away with them.
Damn. So JR probably would have been producing better dogs than Yellow, or just as good as dogs as Yellow.
I'm damn sure of it. He just wasn't bred like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what was the best cross that you seen with Red Boy himself?
Well, like I said, it started out there. We were running, taking the Red Boy Jocko stuff, and then we crossed it up with the Chinaman dogs, and it started getting better. And then later on, I started crossing them up with with the Bolio and stuff there in the Honey Bunch, and I mean they just started getting way on better. Now the Jeep Rascal stuff, you figure like Nitro, when I bred him to a first one I had bred to was a bitch named Spice and all there, which was R.K. Morgan's dog and all there, and anyways, it was out of Pirate and Flow. And I mean, them son of bitches had mouth on, and I mean every damn one of them. But like I said, you had to put them down and really check them good. If they went over the hour mark, you was good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit. But if not, they'd pull up between 45 minutes to an hour, and then I mean, that. But then you made that hour mark. Like I said, damn, they were there to stay for the long run, and they were well-rounded dogs, high ability, good mouth all the way around.
Yeah. So you
And
think?
that's a dog that really Rascal. He really should have. I mean, he was a hell of a dog himself. And James Crenshaw, he had told me with that dog of his that he had there at the end and all there. And he told me so much. He said that's one of the best dogs he had ever had.
Rascal?
No, the blackjack dog that he had.
Okay.
And all there, and that was that's basically what he was, Rascal, Jeep Redboy in him, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But James said that was, one of the best dogs he ever owned,
Damn.
Because, Jeep, even though, some of the stuff I had, had Jeep in it, it wasn't Jeep that I was after. It was Honey Bunch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't really all that gun ho on Jeep, and I mean, because hell, he was bred to put God knows, I mean, him and every damn body and had bred to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And like I said, hell, Honey Bunch to me was. Well, that's the dog that I, was targeted after and was shooting for. Yeah, like I said, it was a shame it didn't get no more off of her than what was actually had come off of her.
yeah. Damn. So you think when it come down to the Red Boy, we talking crossing directly into the Red Boy or Red Boy sons, the Red Boy Jeep or the Red Boy Chinaman? Which one made the better dogs?
I'm gonna go with the Red Boy Chinaman dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I say that and all there because like I said, they had more mouth to them. And I mean, it's like this right here. Not many of them can say it, but I've been in there for that 3 and 4 hour damn times, and I mean, the hell with that. I mean, that's like throwing in a damn sack of taters and sitting and going back and forth and shit like that. I mean, just to me, that's not what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, was it ever a time where you try to get Mr. Bass to breed Red Boy to a dog and he later on regretted it?
Nah, nah. Because at the end, Katie ended up with him.
Okay.
And on Bass, yeah. She ended up with him, wouldn't let him get her.
Yeah.
Because them two used to shack up and so forth. Anyway, when she run him off, she wouldn't let him take him.
Yeah. Know how that go.
Yeah.
Know how that go. Now, do you think Mayday was good as people claim back in his days?
I say he was fair dog. When I seen him go into Cody, to me, Cody was a better dog than what he was there that night. And, I wasn't satisfied with him. And I think, if he'd been right, I think Cody would have come out on top. And Cody was not off of yellow. Cody come straight from Raging Bull Kennels. He belonged to a buddy of mine, named Pete and stuff there, and anyhow, he comes straight from Raging Bull Kennels.
Oh, damn. So I heard you say one time that Red Devil wasn't off yellow.
Hmm. No. that was more of a guess and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It it,
yeah.
it looked like it. It looked like it.
Gunnery Red Devil was the same dog.
Which one?
Now Triple A was the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had one off of Triple A's sister, and it was a heavy bred Zebo Vindicator male and all that I had gotten from Carl and stuff there, and anyhow, it wasn't what I was looking for.
Yeah. 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 Damn.
Yeah, because back in the day, mostly, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them dogs that I had, I had tried so many different families of dogs and stuff there, and some of them will be bred good on that line of stuff there and inbred and stuff like that, but they just have some kind of default or something like that, or teeth broke or something like that, or or limb or something other broke arm or
Yeah.
something that just wasn't match quality when I was looking for a match dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed doing. And there was getting out, working in condition, and matching the dogs, and so I'd kind of take and farm them out and give them to other people and just tell them, something that I can go back and breed to later. I mean, how many damn brood dogs you want on your yard? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when you feed, 70, 80 head of damn dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want it there for or something, and you ain't want to have a damn yard full of damn brood dogs. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, did you ever see that Maryland's outlaw dog?
Midland's Outlaw?
Yeah.
No, I didn't never see him go. I mean, I had a bunch of stuff and all there down from him and stuff there through Glenn and Durant and them, but I didn't ever see him go.
Now, what's your
You know,
opinion? What's your
you could tell the difference where everybody was trying to say, "Oh, that's Red Boy's half brother." Bullshit. Yeah,
yeah,
you can tell the difference in them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about that red man though?
Yeah. Well, I'll put it like this. Uh, yeah, I thought the world of Glenn and Durant, and Glenn only stayed like 20 minutes from me, and I never bred to him when I could have.
Yeah.
Cause I know he used to belong to E.B. Collins, and yeah, you most definitely couldn't pay me to breed one of my good bitches to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, when Biscuit won her first one, Biscuit was really like a 28, 29 pound dog. And she went in at 33, and it was into a female that was off a red man, and she took her out in like 45, 50 minutes, and
Damn.
yeah, and like I said, and them was extraordinary dogs. I mean, Biscuit ended up, making grand championship, and her fifth, hell, it went like 243, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a hell of a dog, and that was the first breeding there. There wasn't but her and Biscuit and Billy. Billy won 2, and Biscuit won 5. And I beat Pitbull Rick, there's Tyson dog with Billy the first time, and then I beat Julio Zeke dog the second time, and all there with Billy. And like I said, it went 208, and and there, again, between Mr. Burns and stuff and all there, and Humdinger and Zeke were little mates, but Zeke was a way on better dog than Humdinger, in my opinion. I refereed Humdinger's last match after he got stolen, and hell, he put his feet up on the down wall, and the man would have leaned over, he would have jumped.
Damn.
And that's a fact.
And Zeke was his little mate brother?
Yeah. Yeah. Zeke was his little mate brother.
Damn. Now, if you had... go ahead.
That was out of Stumpy. Basically what it was is, the bumper dog is, I was the first one ever matching the bumper. And that was Bumper's sister, bred to Stumpy, is what Humdinger and Zeke were.
Okay.
Which was, had the same mama dogs, except Yellow was Stumpy's daddy, and JR was Bumper and daddy.
Oh, damn. I know those some nice ones right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bumper was a good dog. Bumper really was a good dog. And, the little male that we had went into him with was, he was a Bolio honey bunch bred dog. And he was a good dog. And the bottom fell out in him, and, we had done something we shouldn't have done and all there at the end, and they fucked him up, and hell, there was no way of recovering. We ended up having to pick him up. And and what it was is this previous before. I don't know if you ever heard of Gardner ended up getting her from Wesley, which was a dog named Dolly.
Okay.
And they was off of Prince, and I think mom's name was Black Beauty. And what it was it was Johnny Young stuff there, bred, Prince come from Cecil Middleton.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you now, them dogs when they come out, they wasn't there. They were not playing around, not one damn little bit. and somebody's had one thing on their mind, that was to kill you.
Damn.
And I mean, they come out wide damn open. They was trying to tear you to fucking pieces.
Damn.
And you know, I watched the male and two females go, and every damn one of them was the same damn way.
Damn.
And it's a shame that Wesley and Johnny couldn't kind of pulled together on that and kind of made some of them crosses and all there. Because I mean, them were some badass dogs and all there. Like I said, Tom Gardner ended up buying Dolly from Wesley, and she was a hell of a dog. I mean, you know, and Geronimo, which is what I was getting to, is I put Geronimo on Dolly's brother, and you know, and like I said, he come in, he was damn whipping and slinging all up in his damn chest and stuff there, and then Geronimo shot him in his back end and shot him down and killed him, and that's you know, then when I turned around and matched him in, the bumper really didn't give him enough time to heal, is what it was, and his body was still fighting that infection where his damn chest and all there.
Yeah.
They got in it, and yeah, it just kind of backfired on us.
Oh, damn. Damn. Now, if you had the opportunity right now to breed Red Boy to any of your old females, which one would it be?
I would probably say,
Or any female from the past that you would you could start your yard from. Any female from the past or any female you had or any, anything.
oh man.
But
So I had
you're gonna
one
start your
bitch that was
yard
four
from it.
times FTP's book that I got from Ricky Johnson, and then my grand champion Maggie dog and all there. I mean, you know, she was all a bad bitch, and then you know, grand champion Biscuit. But like I said, I mean, either one of them, I mean, you know, would have been. I mean, I think would have been bona fide bulldogs all the way around. You know,
Yeah. Who's the Maggie dog off?
Maggie was off of a dog named Rambo. Rambo was out of Little Red and all there, which was a double bred Chinaman.
Okay.
Red Can had, and then it was a daughter Chinaman bred to Little Red, which was so it was kind of pretty much like triple bred Chinaman, is the way Rambo was bred, and then we had a bitch named Dixie, which was out of Mr. Jocko and Sheba. And, you know, crossed it up. That was a Chinaman Red Boy Jocko stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Maggie was kind of along the lines of them dogs there, you know, like I was explaining Dolly was and all there, you know. She pretty much broke bones on everything she ever been on.
Yeah. That.
And one of the gamest bitches that I ever seen, you know, because I never had too much good luck with black dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the best dogs I ever seen go was black. But most of the time when I took them to the box, something would happen to them. I mean,
yeah,
be some freak shit or whatnot. But, you know, when Maggie was going up for a championship and she had broke 4 damn bones on Mr. Burns' damn dog, and it was Mr. Burns and Terry Brackett and him, and anyhow, and that damn bitch said it literally was taking her head and trying to drag herself back over to her.
That.
That was a deep, deep game dog. But they had heard that she had chime in her, so they figured that she might would pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that was the last thing they had to worry about. Her last one went 2 hours and 47 minutes and all there. And like I said, you know, when you get dogs like that, sooner or later they're going to run into another dog the caliber themselves, and you know, by the time they get out there and make a name for themselves, and you know, they usually end up fighting just alike and breaking one another down, and the odds on them surviving afterwards usually slim enough.
Yeah. That. Now, you think Yellow John was a better producer than Grand Champion Yellow?
Well, if you put it to how many bitches he was bred to, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't bred to near the females that Yellow was bred to.
Now,
And,
if you had to get sperm and you can freeze it right now of one of them dogs, it'd be Yellow John over Yellow.
most definitely, yeah, most definitely Yellow John. I mean, I had dogs, off of Yellow and all there, Yellow and Brandy Girl and stuff like that, and Yellow and Sheba, and and I mean they were good dogs. Don't get me wrong, but uh, I'd way on rather have them one straight off of Yellow John.
Yeah. Now, are there any sons off of Jocko, or did you have any run-ins with Mr. Chavez and see any of
I
his
did
Jocko
not
stuff?
like the Jocko dogs.
You didn't?
No sirree. There was a bunch of skittish, shy motherfuckers in all there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I think they were biting out of fear
Yeah.
and all that. They wanted to show his mouth. I mean, that's the damn honest truth. Jocko, in my opinion, he would have got on the right dog. I think he would have thrown it in too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not like him.
Okay.
Like I said, when they crossed the field with a red boy dog, you know, it brought that skittish shyness out and shit. And hell, I even went down to David's and all there and was going to try and get one time from him that was supposed to be a heavy bred jocker. And that bitch turned around, took a few steps out, and turned around and come at me.
Damn.
Fuck
Damn.
that shit.
Man, it seemed like Red Boy be carrying a lot of blood. Like you say, you can pretty much breed at it with anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you take the country gentleman and stuff there, I don't know if you know much about Alien and bullshit and them or not and all there.
Yeah.
And the old comic stuff and all there.
Mm.
That's kind of similar to what he's got. And I mean, yeah, and it's still running strong with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's doing is breeding up with the red boy dogs. And most of the stuff there, he's basically, you know, gotten a lot of the real true red boy stuff there from Mike Gregory
Mm.
and stuff that had, and from Katie and our old stuff and all there. That's what he's got there, and that's what he's crossed it up with, and they seem to be like damn good dogs from what I've seen of them.
Damn. Damn. You know, it's when you look in them pedigrees and the offspring, it's a dog called Miller's Champion Red Man. You know, did you see that dog?
Yeah, that's Brantley Miller.
Now that's a different Red Man than the Cottonham's Red Man dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people get it confused.
Right. See the Pokey and them. That's what they were out of. They were all for britches, but it was a daughter of Miller's Red Man, which was a bitch named Cracker,
Mm-hmm.
and then took that bitch and bred her to britches, and that produced Pokey and shit. What the hell? See, I think her registered name I think was Sandy, but it was all in the same dogs. Man, out there.
Yeah.
There were several of them that we had long that time because then we had taken one of them, bred to Chance, and that's where we got Sweet Pea from.
Mm.
And I let Carl Cruz get that, and then because then we turned around and started breeding it in with Gambler and them, and that made it even that much tighter. And then I had taken some of them and even inbred it, there with Gambler and made it even that much more tighter. And then some of it, I mean, they just get crazier and crazier.
Damn.
Yeah. And like I said, you know, anybody's got any kids and all there, you know what I'm saying? You don't, them dogs like that, you don't want around no kids like that. If a young and fall down and all they're around, they'd be in big trouble,
Yeah. Yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
And like I said, them usually end up making some of the better box dogs, but like I said, some will just be so damn hard to do anything with it. And I had matched into Glenn one time, and I was actually matched into a Chinaman dog, but I made him pay the forfeit, and he got mad, and so fuck it. And I'm gonna use the other one, so he ended up putting my dog's half brother on him, and shit, and hell, and Glenn just went to walking him, and hell, he just reached up and grabbed him. I mean, you know,
Damn.
no warning, no nothing, just reached up and grabbed the hell out of him.
Damn.
I mean, they would get like that. They'd be dangerous as hell. You know, you most definitely had to know them and stuff there. But then, you know, then again, they get so crazy and all that. I mean, I've been bit so many fucking times, it's unreal.
Damn. Now, we got another red boy Jocko dog that I want to compare with Yellow and get your opinion with it. Super Nance Boots.
I,
And I say
I
that
never
because I
really messed
think
with
both
it,
of them.
though.
Excuse me, I mean to cut you off. I'm comparing them two because I think both of them was off Yellow John,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bred the same way.
I never messed with any of that. Yeah, uh, you know, I didn't never even really see much of anything go off of it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I really couldn't tell you either way on any of it. You know, on that.
Did you know the Pecan Man?
Oh yeah,
I had talked to
yeah.
him one
I
time
knew
when
Mike Boots real well.
yeah, I had talked to him one time when he was out the game. Then he had like I think a Rottweiler or two in the yard, but
Yeah,
he sat down and talked to
yeah. He
me.
had a little dog named Radar and Black Betty and damn yeah, because
He
that was the piggy stuff and all there, and them and all there. It was red boy dogs and stuff there, you know, they had that. And like I said, that was kind of the Cottonham and them, you know, like the Sheba and stuff there kind of there was, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was telling me he didn't really too much tell me about all the dogs, but he was showing me a little photo album he had, and he was telling me about he was starting how he had started off with the alligator stuff, and then I guess he had made a switch and had the Red Boy Jocko or the Red Boy dogs or whatever. But he was just showing me some things, and he said he was out the game by that time. This is
Right.
this was back in the days, and I'm not sure exactly when he got out the game, but we sat out on his porch for a little while and talked, and that was the last time I spoke to him. Um, but he seemed to have some. He showed me a bunch of pictures of some old dogs. He said they was pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
Pecan man, he was good people and all that. I matched into him a few times.
Yeah,
Hell, matter of fact, he beat me and all that. You know, he beat me with Radar and all that. I had a Chinaman Paladin dog and all that. He had beat me with because I mean, you know, to each your own. It's all in the eye of the beholder.
yeah,
You know, the way I see a lot of it. You know, a good dog is a good dog, no matter what it's out of. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing about it is, you know, Paladin, you know, was a hell of a dog,
Yeah,
but you know, he 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 didn't really throw a whole bunch of it, you know, as good as he was. But you know, the one thing that I didn't like about them is they were straight a damn head driving dog. You put any old head dog on them, and they'd wear their ass down and beat the shit out of them.
damn, damn.
Yeah, and I mean they get on that head and just dance around. That somebody said push them around the box and all their damn all night long. And, you know, I just didn't like that in them. And we used to have a bunch of them, you know, back in the '80s and shit and stuff there.
Yeah,
And like I said, yeah, it just, I mean, it wasn't nothing nowhere near the caliber he was. You know, about the best one that I can think of was probably been that Miller's Max and stuff and all that in. And I think he was a 4-time winner. And they ended up picking him up on his fourth. And that was done down at EB's place in Little Bay way back years ago.
oh, damn, damn. Now let's go back to about 97ish, 96, 97ish. I got two puppies from Mr. Claude Puckett. And the reason I asked you
Yep.
this question is because he gave me papers with him. He gave me a certificate with him with both puppies. But I was a little young back then, and he told me who they was off of, and I was just wondering is who's a possibility that some of his studs could have been back then that my puppies would have been off because they was red nose. One of them was orange and one of them was like a
Okay.
chocolate color.
Now let me explain this to you. I bought his whole entire yard.
Okay.
You know, there's probably 5 or 6 dog men about long in that time there. You know, Stan Cash and them. You know, from Valley Boys and all them. You know, I bought his yard. Carl Puckett, I bought his yard. Russell Williams bought his yard. You know, there's a bunch of them I bought. You know, the whole yard from. And now I'm gonna tell you what Claude had. Oh God.
This is
He
about
had dogs named
97.
Hondo and Dancer.
Yeah, this is about
And they were
97.
red-nosed dogs. And oh Lord, Russell. And you got me thinking way back northern now. Let's see here.
I met him down when he was in Hemingway. He was living with Hemingway then, and I met him.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I know where you're at. Where you talking about?
and he told me who they was
I'm
off.
almost trying to say that I don't believe it might have been Zebo and Red Boy. I don't remember. Did he ever tell you exactly what it was? Say whether it was that a Hondo and them, a Dancer and them?
Man, he told us he was walking us around the yard showing us the daddy and he showed us all that stuff. But like I said, I was young then, and at that particular time, be honest with you, I just knew I was getting a game dog and what I was about to go do with him when I get back to my house, you know. And
Right.
we ruined them puppies, man. We ruined them because there was one of them was kind of skittish acting. You know, he'll walk, but he was afraid of everything, and the other one just wouldn't make no noise, wouldn't growl, wouldn't bark. Something grab him, he wouldn't holler. He would just sit there and look dumb. And like I said, I ruined them puppies, man, because I got them about 7 months old, and then
Right.
I just wanted them to come home and just straight up be bulldogs, and instead of letting them grow and mature and become a real bulldog. I wasn't satisfied with them, so I moved on. I
Right.
put them to the back of the yard, and they just they end up not really, doing anything far as what I could have did with them. But I ruined them dogs right there myself. Even though Mr. Claude, this was his exact words, and I was leaving off the yard. The dog he wanted to give me some puppies, but I seen that one over there barking on the chain. I said I want that one. He's about 7 months, red nose, orange color. And Mr. Claude went and picked him up, and the dog kind of went in his ass a little bit, like he didn't want to get off the chain. Mr. Claude say, "Oh, you acting like you want to stay? I might need to keep you." And then I said, and so he laughed a little bit, and then I laughed, and then he gave me the dog, and we got him out the yard. But that dog never changed from that way he act when Mr. Claude touched him. He was always
Yeah.
acting skittish. You drop something. I mean, I had him tied up close to the house. And I was doing some roof work, and something dropped off the roof like a shingle or something, some shingles. Man, that joker like to pop the chain trying to get loose, man. When I tell you, but he ended up kind of turning on, but he just wasn't a dog that you can walk and a real tail wagging and he friendly acting and that type of stuff. He never,
Yeah.
I never got him to that level. But I hate that I didn't really understand the dog game in that way when I met Mr. Puckett. To understand, I may need to get one of these because he offered us some puppies. He had some buckskin. I ain't sure what it was off of at this time, but it was buckskin black mass, and it was probably about 2 months old. We had a little cage full of them, and
Huh.
he,
Now he took Dirty Dog and Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle was off of Grand Champion Yellow and Sheba, and Dirty Dog was off of Dixie Belle, and it was another Red Boy Jocko dog. There. And anyhow, he had bred both their females to Stumpy. You may have gotten one of them. You see what I'm saying? Buckskin black muzzle.
yep,
You could have gotten one of them. It'd really be hard to say
man,
on there. 'Cause like I said, now he had a dog named Maynard that was Maggie's brother. and all that he had gotten from me. It was, you know, he didn't have no teeth and stuff there in his mouth.
Yeah.
And shit. Anyhow, but he was a brown, and and like I said, there was then the Hondo and Dancer and them stuff, and those were red. You know, because hell, he actually had some that was inbred, and you know, I won actually several shows with that. Um, I want to say Patsy got one from me one time, and then I think it might have been Annette Graves had gotten one from her. I won a show with her one with her like an hour and 47. She said, "Yeah," she said, "Would I be interested in selling?" I said, "Sure, make me an offer. Tell me what you want for it, you know."
Yeah.
And anyhow, she did, and I said, "Well, hell, yeah, you can go ahead and get her. You can take her home, doctor, and do a damn." I bought a one-time winner. I said, yeah, you know, you know, people are starting out. You know what I'm saying? I would try and actually, you know, help a person and see to it, try and get them a good dog and, you know, a piece of shit, and, you know, somebody just trying to get her over on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was out there just trying to damn make a dollar and stuff too. You know, I never did like people like that or understood people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you figure, especially a young boys or something other that was starting out, yeah, they didn't have much money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If they paid $1,000 for a damn dog and all that back then, you know what I'm saying? Hell, that was damn took them a couple months and all to get up that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, and them old cheap matches back then, they were better shows than, you know, than it was with damn dogs with big money riding on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, 9 times out of 10, them boys, they had to go to work for their money, and it wasn't dope money and stuff like that. And they, you know, they thought more of their dogs and shit.
Yeah.
And that, you know, they were way on tougher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think you can find. I always say that in all my videos, man. I think the better bulldogs were found with the lower purses. You start betting
Yeah.
all them high. You start
You
betting all
take
that
Grand
high money.
Champion Virgil and all there for them. Not Ozzie Stevens, but one Bob Loomis and them had up there, the Gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah, they paid $300 for it from damn flea market. And
Damn.
you know, I watched him go 3 times and ripped his third one when he went in the Big Owl. You know, but damn if I, you know, some of them try to say that you know, he was giving them a shot and all there. It was fucking the other dogs up. Well, I didn't see where that shit was happening, nothing like that.
Damn. Now I'm gonna tell you what. Now when we talk about that flea market talk, you got to kind of look at the flea market back in the days, kind of like social media now, because that
Yeah.
was a kind of, it wasn't small back then. We may look at it like it's something small now, or a bull jive dog getting it from the flea market, but back in them days, you go to a flea
Mm-hmm.
market, you go to a flea market, that's a place to mingle and meet other people at. And
Right.
you didn't have all that social media and the internet
Right.
and
Yeah,
all that
he didn't
other
have
stuff.
all that shit. All that back then, by
Yeah.
no means. You know.
So, I go to flea market, I can see other people, other customers, and people from other cities and different places, maybe other states, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you might, back then you probably would come across a real good pit bull out there.
Oh yeah, hell, I remember one we called DP, and hell, and that's what come from the damn dog. That son bitch had taken one hell of a beating. Nobody never knew how the son bitch was bred, but you couldn't stop that son bitch. I
Yeah,
mean, and I mean, she just get busted up with damn front end broke up the hell and back and keep coming, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Your
like I
phone,
said,
your
hell,
phone was breaking
I
up
know
on me a
Johnny
little bit.
Holcomb. He matched a dog. He done it not once but twice for $1 million both times.
Damn, damn.
Hell, he didn't think no more of it, and you throw him $5 away every time, you know. And John was a high roller, back in the day. He's the one that owned Yellow John, you know.
Yep.
And,
Hey, your phone breaking up on me a little bit.
oh hell, might be cutting out.
Check your battery.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was just sounding like slurs. It sounded like it was slurring a little bit. Sometimes that's how I do when the battery is going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when it come to Rascal, what do you think, in your opinion, is the best Rascal dog that you ever seen that was majority Rascal without having a whole bunch of other stuff in it?
Oh Lord. That's kind of really hard to say, you know. But see, you know, most of the stuff, the Rascal stuff that I had gotten was, you know, like I said, come from R.K. Morgan or either Carl Cruz and them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you, I had one. And Glenn Cottingham felt sorry for some bitch and all there, you know, 'cause I beat that motherfucker and beat that some bitch dig a damn hole, goddamn dig and dig and dig and dig and all there. The fucking China. I put a fucking chain up between two trees and put something in the middle. And I beat that some bitch down so bad, and I go out the next day, that son couldn't hardly lift his damn leg of it. Damn, he wasn't taking that damn, and trying to dig a damn hole, and he couldn't hardly move this damn stupid, crazy, retarded motherfucker. You couldn't stop that son of a bitch. I don't give a fuck what the hell you damn done. That motherfucker would keep coming.
Damn.
He would dig the fucking China. And half of them, you know, they had such bad habits of trying to chew on trees and shit like that, the chain fighters and axles and shit like that. And I mean, it's just hard to keep, you know, keep the damn teeth in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, hell, you had a good one. By the time they got damn 2 years old, you didn't have nothing to work with.
Damn. Yeah.
The only thing, and Joe and Randall and them, you know, Woodall and them, you know, they had just as good as any of them. Now, my buddy that just passed away earlier and all there, Wayne McDaniels and all, God bless his soul, I loved him to death and all there. And he had bought a dog for cheap money, and they called him Eat 'em Up and all there. Eat 'em Up, the champion killer. He beat 4 champions, and that son of a bitch was one bad little motherfucker. Now you hear?
Damn.
Yeah. Hell, he paid $500 for that son of a bitch.
Hey, that was a lot of money back then.
Well, to him it wasn't, but you
Oh
know.
yeah, I understand that.
But hell, some of the hell he turned down 100,000 for him.
Damn.
Yeah. And Madame, he went to the gardeners and got 4 damn dogs and all there, and they were damn big damn horses. And one of them got off chain, and Eat 'em Up was on the damn chain, and chain wrapped up around him, and ended up killing him. And all there, a piece of shit, ended up killing him.
Damn. It happens like that a lot when a piece of shit get loose and kill your main stud or your main
Most
bitch.
definitely. When you get something like that, you know what I'm saying, or back then, you know what I'm saying, the best thing to do is, I mean, you know, guard it as if you would your old lady and put it in a pen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your word nothing can't get it, and it can't get nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know, we don't always think about that, you know, at the time, or, you know, some of us might not can afford to do so, and all that at the time. And, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what you have to end up doing, because, hell, I've had accidents and stuff happen, you know, down that last damn week of the show and stuff like that sometimes, and shit, and, you know, misrage and all that, hell. A damn cat and all. He got there and she caught that son of a bitch, and the damn cat bit her, and you know that old damn Ted Nugent song, "Cat Scratch Fever." Well, that something went out there next day and broke her damn leg. It was swollen up the hell and back, and that's what the hell she had. She about damn near died from it.
Damn.
And when I beat Beanie and them up there with her, hell, the match was over in 4 minutes, and she done broke her down, in 4 minutes. And I mean, you know, that the dog didn't stand there, wasn't no way, you know, do it. But hell, it went 11 minutes and all that before I could actually get a handle, but it was over in 4. And yeah, and then like I said, and that had happened. I ended up having to pay the forfeit. And then later on, that's when we end up using Biscuit to go in Apollo. And then, like I said, it went 243, and they was all in the damn mouth. Donnie Holcomb, he repped it and shit there, and he was like, hey, they're alive. And like I said, and there again, it took something of her same caliber, you know what I'm saying, to go in there and to go that distance with them, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
My buddy, I'll just say DD, there, some of them know who he is or whatnot, but anyhow, I watched him and Mitch Cameron all there. Or about Mitch was saying, talking about a head dog. He was trying to say, they fighting defense because they scared and shit. I understand what he was trying to say, but it's not always so. You can get a game head dog, but some of them smart enough to get it in and hold you out, and then go to work on your ass when they need to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't nothing wrong with that, but I have seen some get it in. Hold them out and dance around, and that old rough somebody just couldn't get to them,
Yeah. And that'll frustrate them, make them quit too.
Exactly. Yeah. I watched that shit happening all there with David Tanton all there and shit there one time and shit like that. And David's bitch was going up for a championship and stuff there at the time. And she couldn't never get a mouth on the dog.
Damn. That joker, that shit stop a dog faster than a lot of stuff when they get frustrated, when they start backpedaling on them, and they just keeping that face and backpedaling on that face and just dancing all around. Man, them jokers will quit.
Yeah. My buddy Timmy and all there, damn, he had a little bit, and he wanted me to look at her, take a look at her, and she was straight ahead, chest rooter,
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what do you think about her? I said, well, she's all right. I said, but, try and stay away from a head dog is the only thing I can tell you. I mean, damn, he matched her straight into a damn head dog.
Damn.
Head dog and all there beat her down. I mean, she could never get to her. They get it there and grab it down ear and all there and fucking ride that summit down. I mean, you can't get to it, you can't hurt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hell, if the conditioning program ain't right, and they start getting hot in the long run, because that's more dogs quit over heat than they will any damn thing else.
Yeah.
They can stand a damn lot of pain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you get that so much hot, you'll test that heart way quicker than you will down any other way.
Oh yeah. You're right about that. Now, what advice would you give anybody in the dog game in modern day time, or anybody trying to start their yard up in modern day time?
Well, it would go back to the same thing. One thing I tell them is, it's just like a person. There, you know what I'm saying? Is wanting to buy a damn race car. You wouldn't go down to your local car lot and buy a damn race car. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to somewhere that's building race cars.
Mm-hmm.
And all that. But get you a good game female to start with, and then look for you a good male to breed to. You know what I'm saying? And put something up there on the top of it that can get down with the program. But nowadays, I mean, the red boy dogs, you know what I'm saying, is pretty much. I mean, you know what I'm saying. They starting to get in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, the three bloodlines that I really like more than anything was the Red Boy, Honey Bunch, and the Bolio stuff. But you can't hardly find too much of it anymore. But if you can, that's basically what I would do, is go with either one of those. And the Bolio dogs, I mean, I really like them. 'Cause, I mean, them old big dogs, I ain't never liked them big dogs. I mean, they were too much for me. And you get in there with something, 48, 50 pounds and scratching going back and forth. I mean, that's that's a lot on a damn person's back and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
like last time I was in the box was for 4 fucking hours, and yeah, and it was down 48-pound males, and fuck that.
Now, I was gonna let that be the last question, but I'm gonna hit you with the same thing I hit a lot of these other brothers with. Now, 3 hours. What you gonna do with him in 3 hours? And if he lose, he gonna get rid of him, or you gonna keep him?
Depends on how they lose. If they stay in the corner and take the 10, and they own all 4, I'm gonna put them down.
Okay.
You know, and let me explain to you like this right here. You know, you can test the heart in 5 minutes or 5 hours. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and if they're not getting hurt, 9 times out of 10, if they go on a long time, they're not getting hurt. I mean, I've seen them fucking down being old and damn lay down and both dogs down there go to sleep on. They just got a damn old skin in the damn mouth and shit. And they're not hurting one another.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the clock's ticking on. You getting something in there that's really, putting the pressure around and getting it on. You know what I'm saying? They blowing themselves out and all there, and they getting good and down hot and all there. Like I said, you can test that heart in 5 minutes and all there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times there when I rolling something, we used to do it the old-fashioned way, and we were taking so much out of the dogs and getting them all scarred up and shit like that. And I take that something, put them on the treadmill or table, and get that something good and hot, and then damn put him down, and I can test his heart in a short period of time by getting him all busted up the hell and back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then if I knew his heart was there, then it would be up to me to put him in good shape and to put out like he should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the conditioning programs, to each their own like that. You know what I'm saying? People have to, develop a relationship with their dogs and do it because you're not going to work 2 dogs the same way. And each dog works different. Nitro, he was wide open, loved to work to death. Billy was easy going, laid back, and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worked totally different. Nitro, you put him on a treadmill and he'd be trying to burn it. He was just wide open all the time. And, and like I said, hell, he was a 2-time winner before he was 2 years old. And he beat the champion Dooley dog that was on the cover of the journal. He done all that in 11 months' time,
Damn.
And like I said, 2 of them was before he was 2 years of age.
Damn.
And that was, Crow, Tom Ratliff, he swore to the end that was one of the best dogs he ever had. He said he was better than Buckus and Holland, which, that's basically what he was down out of. But he started out, pretty rough. But then, Nitro, he was like 17 months old. And he killed him in the box and all there. Then I took him down to Georgia to take her around. And like I said, because every one of them, back then, like I said, if it was a good dog man, for hell, a down bag of dog food or $50,000 or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would do so and go to their backyard, you know what I mean, just to do it because that's what I enjoy doing. I was looking for the competition.
Yeah.
I wasn't out trying to get an easy win to make a dog a champion or a grand champion just to say I had a champion. I wanted to beat, the good dogs. I mean, during back in that time, there Beeline Kennels champion cowboy. I offered that son of a bitch 3-to-1 odds and every damn thing else and all that. I go and damn dog, and they wouldn't do it. He wasn't up for a paper champion anyways. That wasn't up my pencil pushing or Darrell done. That dog ain't nobody never seen that dog do shit. Like Big Mike and all there. Had 9 milli, and I refed the show and all that for down there, and that's the first time I ever seen Mike go off and get mad and all there, and he busted Darrell upside the damn head. and shit, and over that because you felt like a lot of them young boys was working hard, and so and spending their money on shit and him in there down pencil pushing,
Yeah. So you think, if I'm trying to bring, I got a red boy Jocko dog or whatever, and I'm trying to bring the Jocko, if I'm trying to focus on the Jocko side, that'd be the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, in my opinion, yes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want it.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, and like I said, that's like opinions like assholes. Everybody's got one, but
yeah,
you know, to me, them Jocko dogs just a bunch of skittish, shy damn dogs, and I mean, I just didn't like them. I mean, that's all there was to it.
yeah,
The red boy dogs, you tighten up on it, and like I said, that shit about they just game pros, that's bullshit.
yeah.
Our red boy dogs wasn't like that, I promise you.
No, and
And,
what about termite?
Termite was a damn good dog.
You had any good offspring off of them?
Yeah, Cyrus and all there that Perry had all of them was a hell of a dog. I mean, Perry was a hell of a dog, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Perry was gone for like 18 years,
Mm.
and he used to be a drill sergeant for the Marines and stuff there. And anyway, he was a hell of a good dog, man. Which I mean, he had all rights to be because Burning and them is the ones in there kind of helped him and taught him a lot,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember brother Bruce was telling me that they had bred. I think he said they bred the Sheba dog, the termite, and then I think he said they bred them the yellow. And
Right.
with the termite,
That's
with the
right.
termite breeding, they didn't get too many good dogs off of it.
No, well, to me, let me explain it to you like this right here. It was kind of about like what I was saying about them first breeding off of nitro and spice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? For 45, 50 minutes, they were hell. But if you could weather that storm, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
It was going to tell the tale on them. And then, like I said, and that was where you was getting in. And if it went over, you pretty much had you a bulldog that was going to be there and stay there, and a well-rounded dog. But
Yeah,
if not, you know what I mean. That was where they were going to throw in the hat and all that. But like I said, if you could weather that storm,
yeah,
but and now, like I said, Hippie Ralph and them, I mean, some of, I'll tell you a prime example and all there, because we matched into a bunch of them termite dogs and stuff there. And we matched Bouncer, and it was on his fourth one. And them boys and all there, uh, they had a hell of a dog. I mean, it went like 214, 215, and I mean, it was from start to finish. There wasn't no damn laying around and none of that shit. And I mean, they were fucking one another up. And I mean, we had to stop and retire Bouncer at that, even though we won. But they brought a dog. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no piece of shit thrown together. But
yeah,
like I said, it kind of, we. That was kind of what it was about, because back then we was doing some trash talking to one another, and so pretty much told them, y'all get it the best damn dog y'all got, and we'll meet you there and see how the outcomes come.
yeah, yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you tonight, man. I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you got things you gotta be doing. I appreciate you, man. Anything you want to leave the chat and the people with before you get up out of here?
Nah, Herschel. I mean, I enjoy talking with you and all there. And like I said, but they just be careful out there. I'm done. That's years ago. Oh, yeah. I mean, they won't ever be no more days like them no more.
Hey, you right about that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Times have changed, and like I said, people they just need to be careful out there what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Man, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. Remember where you got it from first. Your boy PeeDee K9s, and we out.